Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live installment. I am your gracious host, Maxwell V. Wonder the Third. No relation to Stevie. Just call me Max. I want to talk a little bit of Pac-12 football, Colorado football. I want to talk a little bit about why I vlog on them. I'm not new to vlogging. I've been vlogging for about 9 years. I have other pages that I work on. My oldest page is 9 years old. So I'm not new to this. I'm just new to vlogging on football, even though I know a lot about football. But I started following Jackson State when Coach Prime, when it was announced that he was taking on the head coaching job at Jackson State. And I thought that was cool because somebody of his credentials decided to go to a HBCU. And I said to myself, I think he was just getting his feet wet. So I started following it. But prior to that, I wasn't following college football anymore. Like it was like it was about 10 years. It was like a 10-year gap. I wasn't even watching football really. I was watching a little NFL, following the Jets here and there, but I wasn't really excited. I started getting excited about football again when he took on Jackson State. Because I'm like, damn, he going to Jackson State. No knock to Jackson State, but I'm like, do they know what they have here? He's not like this is wasn't he's not a regular guy, like as far as football is concerned. I mean, it's not too many. He's in a unique fraternity. He has a gold jacket. And you just got to think about like what's the percentage of people that make it to the NFL, and out of that percentage that get drafted or get contracts, that percentage dwindles down for people that play more than 3 years. The lifespan of a football player is 3 years in the NFL. And the reason for that is because that's the rookie contract. It's usually 3 years. And if you don't cut the mustard after that, you're usually out of there. Now, the percentage drop a little more for players that get max contracts. Okay. And that play longer than 3 years, play longer than 5 years, the percentage continues to go down. And for those players that go beyond that, like I'm talking about putting up Hall of Fame numbers, that's less than a fraction of a percentage of 1% or something like that. It's very, very small fraternity of players that actually get gold jackets. There's a couple players right now that we know are going to get gold jackets. Tom Brady is one of them. Now, Tom Brady is like an enigma. He's like a one of one. He's like a once in a lifetime type of player. He's like a Joe Montana. These players come around every other decade. And Tom Brady, when he came out of Michigan, they laughed at him in the combines because the way his body looked. He was lanky. He was skinny. It was something that Belichick and them saw in him. It was something about his character that they saw, and they was like, no, this is the guy. He is him. You know how they say this thing now, you are him? That's what Belichick saw in Brady. And then he developed or whatever, and then the rest was history. And then I'll never forget it when New England was playing the New York Jets. Mo Lewis, Drew Bledsoe was running to the sidelines, and Mo Lewis hit him. It was a very violent hit. It was a legal hit. He hit him between the numbers, but it was a very violent hit and almost killed him. They had to take Bledsoe to the hospital, and then Tom Brady took over. Tom Brady took over, and the rest was history. But you can't measure, there's certain things you can't quantify. You can't measure somebody's heart. Now, again, when Coach Prime took over Jackson State, I was prior to that, I was following him his whole career because I'm a Florida State fan. And I followed him even when he was playing at Florida State. I was a kid then, but I remember. And then Bobby Bowden and that whole tradition there. And I remember when he won the Thorpe Award. Yeah, I still remember that. I was like 11 or 10 or 11 or something like that when he won the Thorpe. And then he got drafted, and next thing you know, we started calling him Neon Dion. For those that know, the reason why they call him Neon Dion is because when the bright lights are on, he shows up. When there's a fourth quarter, when the game is almost over, he'll run back a punt like he was fresh in the fourth quarter, because that's how he took seriously the football, his fitness, and that's what ultimately got him a gold jacket. When you talk about two of the greatest two-sport athletes, the only players that come up is Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. That's it. There's no other. Now, if you say it's Bo Jackson, I'm not going to argue with you, even though Bo Jackson's football career was cut short because of a freak injury, and he never recovered from it. But we talk about greatest two sports. We talk about Deion and we talk about Bo Jackson. Deion played in the World Series. He played in a Super Bowl. He's been to Hawaii many times. And then, like I said, damn, he taking over the Jackson State. Okay. Now I don't really count the COVID year. That took away. He probably would have started winning from the gate. But then the next year, I think he lost a couple games, but he had a really good showing. His last year at Jackson State, he went undefeated, even though he lost in the bowl game. His team lost in the bowl game, but it was led by his son, Shedeur Sanders, and his other son in the safety position, Shiloh. Now, prior to Jackson State, Shiloh already had Power 5 experience. He was a Gamecock for 2 years. He played at the University of South Carolina, and he did very well. The only thing with him is that he had some injuries. He had some nagging injuries. Now, Coach Prime last season at Jackson State, he landed a 5-star cornerback, or let's just say athlete, in Travis Hunter, because he was supposed to go to Florida State, but he went to go play with Prime because he wanted to learn from one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time. So the rest was history. And then he announced, I never forget it, seemed like it was yesterday, he was sitting in front of the team in a meeting room and said, I'm getting ready to take the Colorado job. This is right before the bowl game, for them preparing for the bowl game. And I said to myself, I like that right there, because he had to. He got Travis Hunter there. He got his two sons there. He got other players. He got to give them a chance to play in the big time for them to get an NFL chance. Because we know, like, the NFL last year, this last draft, they only drafted one player, and that was a Jackson State player. They don't give the HBCU love. We know that. They have a lot of talent in the HBCUs, but they don't give them no love for some reason. It's just always been that way. When they critique us, let me tell you something. If you look like me, it doesn't even have to be football. Whatever profession you go in, you have to be the best in it. You have to. We don't have the luxury to be lazy or take any shorts. We got to be the best in it. I'm in the science field, and I'm the best in it, and I had to be. There's not too many people that look like me doing what I'm doing. And you just that's something that we all got to go through. It don't matter how much money you have, because, like, you know how they say it must be the money, and that's why he took the job. No, Deion, I think people are forgetting that he's already rich. He's already made his money. He don't need any money. He has to put his kids in the best position. That's why. And then he said that Rick George called him up, the athletic director, Rick George, called him up, and the opportunity presented itself, and he took it. He had to take it. He had to take it. And it's no surprise to me that they won that game yesterday. I had been saying it. Shedeur is like a prodigy. I kept saying it. He's a prodigy. But people don't give the HBCU credit, because even some people that call themselves Colorado fans, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm one of those fans that just joined on board. I'm a Neon Dion fan. I'm an old school. We call him Neon Dion. You know how Jay-Z had that line? He said, I'm playing the corner like I'm Dion. We know him as Dion, yo. That's how we know him. People my age, if you're 45 and older, man, we know him as Dion. We know him playing the corner like I'm Dion. You know what I'm saying? But now he's Coach Prime. This ain't nothing new. We knew he was going to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, people say, oh, you bandwagon fans. No, I'm not a bandwagon fan. The only reason why I'm giving Colorado attention, because my man is there. You know what I'm saying? I've been following him since I was like 10 or 11 years old. That's why I'm doing commentary on Colorado. But I'm not new to this. I got a page I've been working on for 9 years. Thousands of subscribers. But I keep that separate from this, so you don't even know about it. But I said, you know what? I'm going to document this. This is a moment in time. This might not last this long. I don't know how long he's going to stay there. But I'm documenting a historic moment in time. That's what I'm doing. Just like Coach Prime said, they might make a movie out of this. He's not lying, because nobody gave them a chance yesterday. All you had to do is put a couple dollars on the game and you would have made $600. I showed you yesterday I made $600 for no reason, because they were giving them all types of disrespect. That point spread was disrespectful. It was very disrespectful, that point spread. They went on the road and played a great team. I'm not taking nothing away from TCU. TCU is a great team. Sonny Dykes had that team prepared. That was a great team. If any other team went in there and they had the mindset, oh man, we about to play TCU, they're bigger than us, they're faster, oh man, they would have lost their game. Coach Prime was working on their mental the entire time. I keep telling people that's the secret. His speeches are everything. He was working on their mental the entire time. He pretty much hypnotized these kids, man. He hypnotized them. If you got the swag and you believe you could beat anybody on any given Sunday, well, let's say in this case, any given Saturday, you're gonna beat them. And then the fitness is part of it. That's why he was running these kids into the ground in practice and yelling and all the way he was doing. He was getting them prepared for the game. These guys wasn't even huffing and puffing in the game. Go watch that play again with Dylan Edwards. Go watch it again. When he ran that long touchdown. Go look at the offensive lineman. I think it was Wilty that was right there. Was not out of breath and then landed that block. That's because he was in shape, because he was getting ran into the ground in practice. That's why. This was easy to them. I was in another chat last night during the game, and I was getting a little excited. I had to leave the chat because somebody said, "Oh, you need to calm down." That's why I got my own channel. I'm about to go live, because it's almost like I was spamming it. I was so excited. I said, "This is easy. This is easy." I kept saying it was easy. Shedeur was out there. You know what this was? This was almost like a scrimmage for him, yo. That's how easy it was. I'm not taking nothing away from TCU, but the man is just great, man. He's just great. They disrespected him. I looked at the top quarterbacks in the Pac-12 before the season started. They had him very low. I said, these people are disrespectful. And the reason why they're disrespectful is because he came from HBCU. That's why. I'm looking at a stat here from Jackson State, right? He passed for 3,000. This was in 2021. He passed for 3,231 yards with 30 touchdowns. with only 8 interceptions. And he rushed for 3 touchdowns. And then the next year he even went higher. So I had said he's peaking. He's only going to get better as the years go on. I don't know where his plateau is yet. I think he'll reach his plateau at some point in the NFL. He hasn't reached it yet. He's still growing. I liken him to a Tom Brady. And even he said he patterns his game after Tom Brady because he wants to pass first. He'll run if he have to, but he wants to pass first. And he has a Rolls Royce for an arm. It's a laser guided Rolls Royce. That's what he has. And it doesn't hurt that he has a fleet of Lamborghinis as weapons. It doesn't hurt. This was easy. It's no way. How are you going to contain Jimmy Horne Jr.? How are you going to contain Xavier Weaver? How are you going to contain Tavares Dawson? Tavares didn't even get started yet. He's good too. Javon Antonio didn't get off, but he's going to. It's just a matter of time. And it's just a matter of time before he get his tight end in the business, because Shedeur likes to find the open man. If you're open, he's going to find you because he got great vision. It's something like let me see, the other quarterback, when I look at the top quarterbacks in my lifetime that had unbelievable vision, Tom Brady comes up and Joe Montana. For anybody that was privileged enough to watch Joe Montana, let me tell you a little quick legend story about Joe Montana. It was in the Super Bowl, right? It was only like less than a minute to go or something like that. And they were down by a few points right in the Super Bowl. And he was in the huddle and he was so locked in and so focused. He was like, yo, he pointed all the way down to the end zone. It was like, yo, there go John Candy in the stands. And then his team was like, what? He was like, John Candy. He was like in the stand. That's how he wasn't even nervous. He knew he was going to go throw the touchdown. And then eventually they went and scored. That's kind of like how Shedeur is. Life in Football had just told a story that he was on the sidelines during the game. And he noticed something about Shedeur. He noticed that he wasn't nervous. He was just calm. Even if you notice when they score a big touchdown, he's still the same way. That's how you know, man. That's how you know he's just like that. That's a skill that you can't teach. Either you have it or you don't. You can't teach that type of character and poise. You know, now what's going to happen is if they continue to win, which I know they are, there's going to be talks to him. They're going to try to get him to leave. I think he's going to come back for a senior campaign to play with Travis one more time, because Travis is a sophomore. I honestly think he's going to come back and play with him. They're going to leave together. That's what I think is going to happen. He's not going to leave Travis there. Travis will leave after his junior year. Travis will be the number 1 draft pick in the NFL. He'll be number 1. It's just that they weren't giving him no credit because he was at Jackson State. That's all. But now that he's there, they know what he can do. He'll be the number 1 player, long as he don't get injured or anything like that, God willing. I've been telling people about Shiloh. I've seen the comments. That's why I don't halfway respond to comments, because half the people just haters. Yes, he's a great football player. 10 tackles yesterday, 9 of them solo. Yes, he had one where the guy got by him or whatever, but the man was in that heat running around the whole damn game. He's always in the right position. Listen, Coach Prime is such a great influence. He even had Trevor Woods stepping yesterday. You hear me? They went out there stepping. You hear me? He had him out there. And he said at the end of the game, him and Tank had a moment. Coach Prime and Tank had a moment. He changed that kid's life, man. That kid is going to go to the NFL now. After his senior season, I think he's going to come back too, because he's a junior. After his senior campaign, he's in the NFL, man. He's going to get drafted. He probably would get drafted in the first round just because of his size. And he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. As long as Shedeur stay upright, they know that he's protecting his blind side. He's going to make a lot of money one day. Just think about how he changing these kids' lives, man. How you think these kids feel got him as their coach, man? That's why they're playing so fucking hard for him. That's why. If any other regular coach had took on this job, they wouldn't have beat TCU. It's just because of the man that's out there. I keep saying he's our modern day Vince Lombardi. That's what he is. He's more than just a coach, man. I can't explain it. Because I started watching him at Jackson State. I was like, yeah, they throw in shots at him and saying, well, he got a bunch of players that should be at a Power 5 picking on HBCU players. That's what they were saying. No, it wasn't just that. It was how he put it together. It's the speeches he was giving them. He made these people feel like they were everything. And he got a couple players in the NFL right now. He got one that started, the one that left before his last year, the defensive lineman. He's doing great in the NFL. So this is not a normal situation here. This is not a normal circumstances. Even when I was watching the local reporters that come up to Colorado to interview him, they even be taking shots at him. And he called one of them out yesterday. She was like, "Oh, no, I wasn't the one that said it." He said, "I know you weren't the one that said it, but your people did." We don't take them seriously. I'm just letting you know he don't take them seriously. I don't take them seriously. I don't even know how they got a job, man. I don't take them seriously. How are you going to disrespect the gold jacket? Out of football right now, out of college football, there's only 2 gold jackets that's coaching. Only 2. It's him and who's the other one? There's one more, the University of Miami. He's a defensive ends coach, Jason Taylor. He's the only other one. That's it. Ed Reed would have been the third, but that fell through. Jason Taylor's the other one. And eventually he's going to go on to be a head coach. Eventually. There's not too many. Because usually a lot of them, I remember what Michael Jordan said. They're like, why don't you be a coach and all that? He said, I can't do it because it's hard for me to look at these young players that's not motivated like me. So normally a lot of these Hall of Famers, they don't want to coach because they know they got to work tooth and nail to get these players to play like them. They know that it's not going to be another one of them, but they want you to give supreme effort. I knew that Colorado was going to win this game. I remember Coach Kelly said the last practice they had before the game, he said, TCU stopped practicing last Thursday. I couldn't believe he said that. They stopped practicing last Thursday. That was a mistake because they were huffing and puffing. Like I said, in the fourth quarter, that line was huffing and puffing. They sure was. Remember, here go the announcer. Well, they're taking their time now. They're starting to slow the game down. No, they're tired. It's the same damn offense. They play a hurry up offense, but they're not used to. They didn't think that this team was going to match them. That's why. And that's why they lost. They slowed the game down because they were tired. That's why. They don't know whether, like, how are they still with us? How is this team still with us here? What the fuck? And they weren't going nowhere. As soon as Shedeur get on the field, all you got to do is make sure he don't get sacked, and he going to find somebody. It's real easy. Real easy. So I don't want to hear anymore that they're not, how are they going to gel together? Listen, he's one of the top quarterbacks, not just in the Pac-12. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the country. You do not throw for over 500 yards by accident. Okay? You don't throw for 500 yards by accident. And we know he's been throwing for lots of yards in the HBCU, but I guess people weren't checking for him. And this whole Power 5 situation is hyped up. It's hyped up by design. Football is football. I don't give a damn if you're in a Power 5 or HBCU. So what? Football is football. Oh, the defensive linemen are faster. Nah, that's bullshit. How did he throw for 500 yards if they so damn faster? Huh? How did he do it? Even he said in the thing, he said, football is football, man. It's your mentality. It's 90% mental and 10% physical. In his mentality, he think he can compete with anybody. You got to have that mentality first. Oh, the linemen are faster, and they sure are faster, aren't they? They still won that game. Since people, the reason why I say Power 5 is hyped up because Jackson State would have beat Colorado last year. They would have beat them. Eddie George team would have beat them. Eddie George team would have beat them, man. This Jackson State team right now this year would have beat Colorado last year. So what are you talking about, Power 5? Now, don't get me wrong. There's some Power 5 schools that you just can't compete with. I don't see them beating no Georgia. I just don't see it. You know, so there's levels to it. I get it. But this situation here that you're watching at Colorado, this is not a normal situation. It's not a normal situation. These guys don't play names. They play the person in front of you. So that's very important. Like, okay, like for example, when they do play USC, I already called it because I'm gonna have money on the game again, and they're gonna pay me for no reason again. They're gonna beat USC. There's no way USC gonna beat them. No way. No way. I'm not, and I respect USC. But that is gonna be another game where they're gonna be scoring high. And they're gonna beat USC because I don't see, here's the thing, right? I honestly believe some of these teams, they got to wake up because they probably like, oh, Colorado, we don't gotta practice hard for them. We don't gotta practice. I bet you they will now though, because they don't want to get embarrassed. They're gonna beat USC, and you watch and see, and then the crowd is gonna be running on the field because that's gonna be a home game. Nebraska, they're gonna beat Nebraska next week. And look, the point spread is back normal again. You see how that worked? They were disrespectful at first, but now the point spread is back to normal. But the point spread is going to be disrespectful again when they play USC. Mark my words. Mark my words. Mark my words. It's going to be disrespectful again. And you're going to have an opportunity to make some more cash on that game. Because all they got to do is keep this man upright, and he's going to find the open player. Even if if you in man-to-man coverage, like Travis Hunter in man-to-man coverage, he's still going to thread that needle and throw it because he know Travis going to get it. So look for that to be an exciting game. And also, a lot of our weapons are still coming back. You know, Alton McCaskill we don't know when he's going to play. He's a great weapon along with Dylan Edwards. We got Kavarier Smoke. We got Savion Wilkerson. The list goes on and on and on. Like, we got every flavor you need. Okay, we got the jet engines at the wide receiver position. Just pick one. Just throw it up, Shedeur. They gonna catch it. Watch the next game. Jimmy Horne is gonna break free. He almost tried to break free yesterday. It's gonna happen again. I'm talking about for major yardage. You're gonna see that speed in the next game. We saw it from Dylan Edwards. Dylan Edwards is going. He went crazy yesterday on him. It was, and you see the crowd face. They were expecting a blowout. Listening to that damn media, expecting a blowout. I'm telling you, man, this is not a normal situation. They don't play names, like I said. Who cares if it's USC? He preached this to him. We don't care if you're playing USC. You playing that man in front of you. That man in front of you got to get 60 minutes of hell. Not the name. It's the man in front of you. So that's it. Now, Jamel Hill, I wanted to say, she pointed out that there was some coded language in the TCU game. I don't want to get too much into that. But Coach Prime did point it out a little bit in his press conference, saying how nobody gave him a shot. He's absolutely correct. I'll play this right here, what he said right here, and then I'll explain what he means. Listen, these reporters, they all the way messed up. There's nothing they can say to him now. Nothing they can say. But they're just waiting for him to lose a game, though. That's just what's gonna happen. They gonna wait for that. But they're gonna keep waiting, though. I'll tell you that much. They're gonna keep waiting. Where is it? Where is that? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Things that have never been done, and that makes people uncomfortable. When you see a confident black man sitting up here talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. Oh, they don't like that. But guess what? We're going to consistently do what we do because I'm here and ain't going nowhere. And I'm about to get comfortable in a minute.
He said he about to get comfortable in a minute. I know exactly what he's saying. I don't even have to elaborate on it. I know exactly what he's saying. He has the right to act the way he act. I mean, look at what he done in his life. As far as the sport is concerned, I'm talking about the sport. I'm not talking about anything else. And as far as this profession, no other coach really has the experience he has. None. Lincoln Riley was watching him. He was watching Coach Brown when he was a kid. Also the Nebraska coach, because they my age. That's how I know. They know who he is. They probably had his poster on the damn wall. But I like Lincoln Riley, though. I like him. I like what he's doing at USC. But there's the steppers in town now. We got new sheriffs in town, and they're not going to be ignored. That's just what it is. Shedeur is the next big thing, and yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna even get into what he was saying. I know it goes without saying. If you don't understand it, you just ain't gonna understand it. So I ain't even gonna explain it. What else happening here? There's been a lot of jabs. I know what he's saying. Well, I'll say this. There's been a lot of jabs at him as a coach. They've been taking jabs at Shedeur and stuff like, oh, let's let him prove himself first. He already did. He already did prove himself. I mean, Jackson State is not high school football. He's already proven himself, but I get it. He got to play on the Power 5. And I got the feeling that, they were just the people that was questioning him. I don't know if it's just because of their age. I don't know how old they are. Maybe they don't remember him playing football. Maybe they don't. Maybe they forgot or something. They forgot how dominant he was. Don't you think he knows something about the game? He know a little bit about the game. Just a little bit, right? And you would think he would know how to win the game because he played it. He played it on both sides, offense and defense. Mainly defense, though. I was listening to a guy, man. He was live, and I'm just sitting here listening, right? He was like, I think I'm going to give, he said, for sure, I'm going to give Colorado 5 games this year. I said, you disrespectful. You're sitting up here, and you're supposed to be a Colorado fan, and you being that disrespectful. You know what I mean? See, I like to talk barbershop type talk on sports. I'm like, you being disrespectful now. You must not know what kind of coach you must not. And I got to be fair because he might be too young to remember him as a player. He might be too young. And he probably didn't follow Jackson State, so he really don't know the dynamic and what Coach Prime was bringing to the table. So I get it. I can't be too hard on youngins. I really can't. But I know what he brings to the table. Football is football, man. You don't think Warren sat with this just there for support? No, he was there giving information to the defensive line. Football is mental, man. It's a little bit more than just lining up and dominating. You gotta know tendencies. You gotta know weaknesses. You gotta know when that there's gonna be a fake pass. You gotta know that. That's what made Lawrence Taylor so great. Lawrence Taylor knew everything about every quarterback in football at that time. He kept a list. He knew everything. If they having a problem with their old lady, somebody told him about it. He knew about it. He said if he flinched a certain way, he knew that it was a passing play. He coming to see you. He knew it. It was just a matter of time before he get to that quarterback. And then the man in front of him, he talked shit to him the whole game, cussing him out, everything. And then I remember it was this one guy, I think it was from the Bengals. He was like, damn, like this guy cussed me out the whole game. Yeah, that's how it is. That's the mentality you got to have. And then after the game, you share pleasantries. That's how we used to play back in the 90s, 80s, and 90s. But he got the players now on that team. They have that mentality. They want all the smoke. They want it all. And how they say it, we here now. We ain't coming. We here. So they ain't going nowhere, man. But yeah, man, like it's the tendencies, man. Lawrence Taylor was like, he can look at the way the left tackle lines up and how nervous he looked. He knew that it was a pass coming. He knew it. And he knew it was coming like in his direction. It was just certain things about that game. That's the advanced level of the game, right? That Coach Prime and them know about. And Warren Sapp knows about. They know about the advanced levels of the game. And that's the information that they're giving to these kids. So they have a major advantage there. What else is going on? What else I wanted to talk about? Oh, they called it a grand experiment. That's disrespectful. This is a grand experiment because he brought a bunch of players in. They don't like, how is this going to work? I don't know how this is going to work. Like I said, most of the players, I think he said he had a formula. He get a certain amount of grad students, certain amount of transfers and freshmen. He need those grad students. I know somebody left a crazy comment and said that well, it's not just about being grad students, Max. I was like, I wanted to be like, shut up. Yes, it is. You need experience and maturity. Yes, because if the older you are, you're a grad student, you're trying to get to the league, you think them kids ain't gonna bust their ass? That's what he's looking for. That's what he's looking for. That's what he's looking for, man. He's looking for players to bust their ass and study the film and all that. Usually the mature grad student, those are the ones that's doing it. So that's what that's what he went for. Shane Coates is hungry. You see his face during the game, he turned into somebody else. He gonna be playing on Sunday one day. Remember I said it. He turned into somebody else, man. He turned into I don't know what he turned into, but he turned into bad intentions. Whoever that nose tackle was, they got hell yesterday. They got nothing but hell yesterday. They got nothing but hell. And the rest of the linemen, people saying, oh, the linemen, they going to get better. Trust me. This team is just getting started. And they're going to get better on defense. And, I know that they gave up a lot of points, but TCU is a good team, though. And you could say the same thing about TCU. Why did they give up all them points? They gave up a lot of points, too. It's just that two good teams clashed yesterday, and that's what happens sometimes. And what did it come down to? The desire and the fitness. That's what it came down to. Colorado had the benefit of working in that altitude. And what did Coach Dyke say yesterday? He said he don't know how Travis didn't get cramped up. He don't know how that didn't happen. You got players that come along. He's one of those like once in a lifetime players that come along and just freaks of nature. Lawrence Taylor was the same way. Randy Moss was the same way. You only have a one of these are what you call one of ones. There's only one Randy Moss. You'll have them players that come around every once in a while, like a Michael Strahan, like a Lawrence Taylor, Pepper Johnson. You'll have those players. You know what I mean? You'll have a Tom Brady every once in a while. But guess what? Most of these players didn't get drafted in the first round. Tom Brady was on the last fucking day. He got drafted on the last day. The last pick, I think, or close to the last pick. And he made every last one of them players suffer. I mean, them teams suffer. And he made sure before he retired, all those players that got drafted before him, they were all out of the league before he retired. You can't measure that. You can't measure somebody's heart. You can't. Stats don't tell it all. That's what I saw yesterday, man. I saw something. I saw something crazy. I was like, this is high-powered offense right here. This is something yo, if you're a student at Colorado, y'all blessed now. Y'all got some action. Let me tell you, y'all got some major action going on up there. They're the biggest draw. And now all the games going to be sold out. So I don't think I'm ever going to go to a game because they all going to be sold out now. I'm never going to a game. After what happened yesterday, I'm not packing my luggage. I'm not going because I'm not going to be able to get in. It's that Nebraska game is sold out. The USC game going to be sold out. All the games going to be sold out. So there's no way I'm going to be able to go. But I just watch it like this. You know what I mean? The comfort of my own house. That's where I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to try to get there next year, but like this year, nah, it's a wrap. I waited too late. I waited too late, man. I waited too late. There's no way. They're the biggest draw. They bigger than Alabama right now as far as people media coverage. Now, that's what I want to get to next. How did that happen? What was the recipe for this to happen? His son. His son. Now, you got other universities using social media, but not like this. This is reality TV. He turned it into reality TV, yo. That's what he turned it into. That's why this is working. That's why they got such a draw. It's the way they do it. They were all over the field yesterday. All over the field. And you know how the networks, if you use their video, they hold on, let me go to it. Where is it? He got the Colorado versus TCU 2023 highlights. He's going to have this every game because I remember how he was doing at Jackson State. They're going to do this every game. So you'll be able to go back and watch this and see how they're doing it. You're going to be able to see that in real time as if you're on the field. So maybe I don't even got to go to the game because I know I'm going to go back and have the luxury to look at this. This is a part of what the draw is about. This was the biggest game yesterday that was viewed, broke all types of records because Dion. And he ain't even playing on the field, man. And he got this hype. And they look clean with the uniform, right? The uniform was clean. It was simple, but it was clean. He worked these players' minds, Joe. That's what happened. They acting like they, in their minds, they're an NFL team, man. In their mind. He got these players thinking NFL, yo. And what did he say? If you start winning, that's how you get drafted. Because how many players got drafted from Georgia the last draft? You know, whoever wins, they get the most players drafted almost. You know, of course, the Alabamans, you're gonna get their drafts. You're gonna have that. But definitely within the next couple years, a lot of these players gonna be in the league. A lot of them. And maybe some of them didn't even think they had league ability until he got there. It's crazy, man. This game was crazy. I'm just telling y'all that. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And I was just smiling because I knew those so-called experts, they're not really experts. What makes you they're not experts, man. And what did they say? Oh, this is the best comment because I made a video on it. Colorado might have the worst roster in college football. That whoever he worked for, that person need to be fired. Like, I would just look, go ahead, you don't got to come back. Why don't you just go do your own thing? Go talk football on your own. Go get your own podcast because you're not good here. Because fucked up our good name. You don't say that until they play the first game, dummy. You don't say that because you don't know what's going to happen. So now you eating your words now. And then look, this one hater in the press conference, right? Oh, he's just a true hater. He was like, yeah, do you believe now? The guy said, believe in what? That's some hate right there. You understand me? That's some hate. And quite frankly, man, if I was Coach Prime, like, yo, you ain't gonna be in these press conferences. I don't need that type of energy here. He said, believe in what? He said, do you believe now? He knew what he was talking about. Talking about, do you believe in what? But I like the fact that how he acknowledged life in football out of front of all of them. He said, this is the guy right here that had my back. I love that right there. I almost shed a tear when I saw that shit. I almost shed a tear. Because you know why? With technology now, right? We control our own fucking narrative. That's why Reach the People media, Well Off Media, and the pregame show is so important because they save their receipts. Remember he said, I got my receipts? No, you're not going to change the narrative because we have the video. We'll go back and find out what you said. Oh, well, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. You did. So we control the whole narrative now. I said it. Every time they're going to write some bullshit in the media, I'm going to make a video to counteract what they're doing. That's the power that we have now. That's the power that we have. Okay? So you ain't going to sit here and buffalo this man around because he got back. I don't even know him like that. But y'all ain't going to sit up here and act like he just some regular coach coming up in there. Colorado is lucky to have him. They're lucky to have him there. And in fact, I'm glad. I think that was the best spot for him. I'm glad he's there. I'm glad he's there. I would have loved to see him go to Florida State, but, that's just me being biased. I followed Florida State for so many years. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like we didn't have Charlie Ward. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like that. So, yeah, I go back like that. Warwick Dunn. Come on, y'all know about Warwick Dunn. You know what I'm saying? Peter Warwick. What y'all talking about over here? But Warwick Dunn, man, but I'm a Colorado now. I'm Colorado because they up there. So I'm a Colorado fan, just like that. I wasn't a Colorado and B100 with you. I wasn't a Colorado fan last year. No, I wasn't. I wasn't even aware that they won only one game. They weren't on my radar. Now they are. Now I know who Trevor Woods is. I know him now. He's a stepper. You hear me? They went into that stadium stepping. You hear what I'm telling you? What did Jimmy Horne say like in one of those interviews? He said, I like Jimmy Horne, you know what I'm saying? He reminded me of some of my family, in the South. He was like, man, I'm ready to get active. You know what I'm saying? We ready to get active. He was out there dancing and everything. That's how loose they were. He said, I know I got a quarterback. Okay? Brought Xavier Weaver with him. He was part of that Louis luggage. To make no mistakes about it, Dylan Edwards was a part of that Louis luggage. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I'm ready to get active. I already know what that means. I already know what that means, talking about he ready to get active. He's like, I'm ready to go out here and get active. They are hungry. They want to be able to go to the NFL. That's what they want. That's what they want. They gonna get all the eyes now. I'm telling you. Shedeur, man. He man, I just don't even know what to say about this kid. I really don't. Like, I just don't know. I'm not surprised on what he did, but he just got all the way sick with it yesterday. What he did yesterday wasn't normal. He just got all the way sick with it. He was locked in, and he's what you call he was in a zone. I guarantee you he didn't even hear the crowd. He was in a zone. He said, okay, we go ahead and get these yards. Remember, they got that penalty. They knocked them back 15 yards. Oh, ain't no problem. We're Horne at. Oh, they go Weaver right there. Let me throw it to the dread mind. Let me throw it to him. Let me throw it to the dread mind. You know what I'm saying? Let me throw it to him. You know what I'm saying? It's something about them locks, man. And people from Florida have them. It's something about them, man. When I see people with them locks, come on, you know, I'm the original lock general. I'm just letting y'all know that that's from 2008. My locks was down in my kneecaps. I'm the original lock general, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm the original lock general, but it's something about them locks, man. He said, where Xavier Weaver at? He threw it to him, caught it, boop. Okay, first down. And we right there at the 30-yard line, just like that. This shit was easy. It was easy, man. I can't wait for the game at Colorado because it's gonna be a home game. I can't wait for the Nebraska game. I just can't wait. I'm sorry I can't make it, but I just can't wait. I just can't wait for the game. Because that coach, he had something to say now. He had a little something to say. So I had to mark that on my calendar. I had to mark that on my calendar. Chance, we could have used you yesterday, bro. Why the fuck you leave like that? God damn. Chance, why did you leave, bro? We could have used you yesterday. You could have got off yesterday. See, let me explain something, guys. Let me explain something about this depth chart. Let me explain something. Just because you're fourth on the depth chart don't mean that you're not playing. That don't mean that. Didn't I say they're going to be subbing people in and out? You would have gotten a game yesterday. You would have. You would have gotten a game yesterday. Now, what would you rather be, on this team that got all the eyes on them and they getting ready to win all types of games, or you rather be at where you at now? Now, don't get me wrong. If you're good, it don't matter where you at. The NFL will find you. Sir, they would have used you yesterday, sir. They would have used you yesterday. Oh, man, you get sometime in life, yo, you got to wait your turn. You got to have patience. Some of these young people don't have patience, man. You got to have patience. They would have used you yesterday, man. But anyway, it is what it is. I just wanted to say that to him. I know you, man. You got to be sick, man. I would have been sick to my stomach watching that game, yo. And now I'm at where is Texas State? Come on, bro. The fuck? Dude, you got a chance. You with Prime, yo. He gonna let you play. I know what some people think, oh man, damn, I'm fourth on the depth chart, and you know, I'm not. No, you should have watched Jackson State. Chance. He played how many kickers yesterday? Alejandro Mata got in, Jace got in, and the other kicker got in. He played everybody. Everybody got some yesterday. Now, I didn't see Smoker. I don't know if he was on special teams a lot. Even didn't Mathis play? Caleb played yesterday. He was on special teams. I think I saw him running on that field. He got in the game. Hey, listen, you gonna get in that game. If you suit it up, he may call your name. And then when you get in there, then you have the opportunity to show the world that you good as advertised. That's what it's about. They were on special teams. I saw a lot of people on special teams. If you go back, you'll see most of the players that was on special teams. They got a chance to play. So, and I don't know what is this, like they look small. No, this team ain't small, yo. Like Coach Prime said, we got a 6'10" left tackle and a right tackle 6'9". They look big yesterday, yo. I'm just telling you. They looked big yesterday, man. They were good. They did all right. They did all right, man. They did all right. Talking about just the worst roster in college football. That man need to be fired. Just straight up. He need to be fired. What did Skip Bayless say? I'm not betting on Prime. I'm not betting against Prime. I'm just letting y'all know that. Don't worry, Prime. We ain't stunting. We ain't stunting what these experts got to say. That's some country term right there. We ain't stunting you. We're going to take it game by game, and we're going to sit here and watch these kids work. And what one of the kids say? It just work. That's all it was. Yes, it's just a little bit of work. We just working. That's all it is. Just a little work. They even got the swagger. Like I said it, man. I was so happy when Trevor caught that damn interception because he out there stepping. You know what I'm saying? He out there stepping. He's like, damn, I caught an interception out this piece. Yes, sir, because he stayed down. You see what I'm saying? He stayed down. I'm happy for him. He caught an interception yesterday, man. And we needed him to do that. We needed him to catch an interception. And man, I can't forget about Travis Hunter. He just ridiculous. Do he get tired? Bro, it was like almost 100 degrees. And you out there running like it's nothing. Man. I don't know, man. I don't know. And how do you have 4 wide receivers for over 100 yards? How does that happen? That's crazy. That goes to show that's how many weapons they have. And I just want to say again, that pass when that fade pass in the corner of the end zone that Shedeur threw to Travis Hunter when Josh was on him, that was a touchdown. He had it, and he had possession. He had possession, but they ruled it not a touchdown. But then Josh, it was pass interference, so they was on the goal line anyway. So it was just it worked out anyway, right? And then, like I said, this team got nothing but tricks. And then they on the goal line. I'm like, wait a minute, is that Bishop Thomas lining up on the offensive line and open up a hole? I was like, oh my God, this team is like, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Mark my words, they're gonna blow somebody out. I don't know who they're gonna blow out. I'm not gonna say they're gonna blow out Nebraska because I like to take it game by game. They're gonna blow somebody out. I just don't know who it is. Somebody gonna get blown out, man. Somebody gonna get blown out. And he said it. We got everything we need right here. He said, I know some of y'all didn't believe at first, but y'all believe now, don't you? And the team like, yeah, they even got a different swagger now. It's something about winning. It gives you a different aroma. They got different cologne on right now. You know what I'm saying? Tank feeling like he Louis luggage because he was. He was actually Louis luggage too. He just didn't know it. He was part of that Louis luggage because he stayed and he stayed down. We give him nothing but respect over here. And the rest of that offensive line that stayed. You know what I mean? He's more than just a coach, man. You know, more than just a coach. And it was this one scene when he was walking back to the locker room. The crowd was cussing at him. That was disrespectful. That was disrespectful. Cussing at him and all this. See what we got to go through, cussing at him and all this. Just being disrespectful. He made you eat them words too. Because y'all salty. Y'all salty this morning. Your little runner-up national title team lost. But I'm not taking nothing away from y'all. Got Josh Newton. I'm not taking nothing away. You got Trey Sanders. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing away. Right there. You got some great players on that team. The quarterback, he's sitting up here. We got all types of speed. I'm like, damn, this dude is fast. So y'all got that. Y'all got that. I can't hate. See, I'm not a hater. They got a good squad, yo. They gonna win the next game. TCU, they gonna win. They definitely gonna win. So can't take nothing away from them, man. I'm just sitting up here talking to y'all, man. That's all I'm doing. I ain't got no gimmicks. I'm just sitting up here talking. That's it. Just sitting up here talking. Bucky all over the field, going all over the place. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. He was all over the field. Man, come on, God, can I get a pass? Yo, look, because I can't get no tickets. Man, let me be on that field. I'll be acting a fool, yo, on that field. Man, listen. Man, listen. Even, man, Charlie got up in the game. He got some burn. So you're going to get burned. Don't matter if you way on down on the depth chart. You're going to get some burn. I think Kermani was on special teams. I think he was out there, if I'm not mistaken. But he gonna get out there eventually. You wait and see. You know what I'm saying? We bringing him along. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna throw him in the wolves. We bringing him along. He gonna get out there. Trust and believe. He'll be out there. Number one, you know, I'm very happy with what I saw yesterday in our cornerback, Omarion. I'm very happy about him. You know what I'm saying? He played at let me see, where did he come from? Florida State. I'm very happy about that. He got into a little bit of a situation with the wide receiver. That was because the wide receiver was frustrated with him. That's why. Knocked his helmet off. You know, he was frustrated because he was locking him down. That's what happened. You know, he didn't expect it. I believe they really expected to blow Colorado out. The team expected, they had that mentality. We're going to blow these people out, man. Come on, man. He put this roster together. Who does that? Who bring in 60 plus people and think we gonna do something? Like, who does that, man? You know, we got this. They ain't got no continuity. They don't have none of that. They not gelling together. Bullshit. That bullshit. Yes, they did. Oh, I was loving this. I told you I was gonna go live and talk shit when they win. I told you. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm bumping my gums. I'm gonna be bumping my gums the rest of the season when they win that Pac-12. When they win that Pac-12. When he get coach of the year. Yes, sir. Because he win the he go 10 games. He getting coach of the year. I don't care what nobody say. If they don't give it to him, then who else? Who they gonna give it to? The team was 1-11 last year. He made some major moves, man. That's what happened. You know, if they had lost it, they would have went wild on them. Oh, what about your Louis luggage now? Is it used? Did you get used Louis luggage? They would have went on them. They would have came for him yesterday. But they can't even do it no more. Can't even do it. Well, they got me too. You know what I'm saying? I'll give them the business. I'll make sure of it. I'm going to give them the business myself. You know? What's it? I ain't going to name any names. You know? But yeah, see, that's why you need to hold off on your little predictions. You don't do it. You don't do it. See, I'm not going to be foolish up here and say, oh, I think they're going to win 6, 7, maybe 5 games. I'll give them 5 game bullshit. I know better. I know better, man. I know what he did at Jackson State. Well, Max, Jackson State is, you know, it's HBCU. No, football is football, man. If you don't believe me, go out there and line up and let one of them HBCU players hit you then. If you want to sit up there and say that they ain't that good. On their offensive line yesterday, TCU offensive line, Willis Patrick played at Jackson State last year. He started for them. He played at Jackson State. So why is he starting for TCU then if he ain't good? Don't matter, man. You got it, you got it. Don't matter where you at. Didn't Jerry Rice come from HBCU? Walter Payton, Steve McNair. List goes on and on, man. Yes, indeed. I love it. I love it, man. I can't wait for the next game. I just can't wait. I can't wait. But this is what you got in store. This is the package Bucky put together here. You know, Colorado versus TCU. You get to go back and look at it. You know, and then also, like I said, you'll see a little bit of their practice. See, remember when I said they don't give you the full recipe? And what did that player say from TCU? Oh, they shared too much. Well, okay. Yeah, y'all ain't. Well, I bet you didn't predict this, that this team is going to come out looking like this. No, they don't give it to you. They don't give you the whole. They give you bits and pieces of the ingredients. They don't give you the full recipe, though. They don't give it to you. You got to wait for the game. And then the next game, they're going to come out even different. It's going to be something different you're going to see. They ain't giving it all to you. You know? So that's where it's at. But for those players, if you down on the depth chart, stay down, yo, because you might play. That's how he do it at That's how he did at Jackson State. If he see you out there busting your ass, you're going to get on that field. I'm telling you. You're going to get on the field. Some of you are freshmen, though, so you got time to build, you know, so. But, yeah, eventually Carmani, don't worry about him. He going to make it on that field. If he didn't make it on special teams, I believe he was on special teams. I believe he was. He was out there running. I know Caleb was out there. I think I did see him on special teams. I said, is he on special teams? I see him. He out there. He out there getting burned. You feel me? Don't act like he ain't no good route runner. Don't act like it, because he is. Remember his name. He's a great route runner. He also got speed too. So it's just a matter of time before he get the touch on the ball too. It's just a matter of time. They got so many weapons, like who like Shedeur, like the way he play it. If you open, he gonna get it to you. That's just what it is. If you open, no matter where you at, if you open, he gonna find you. So if you open, you got it. Whether you the tight end or not, they utilize their tight ends too. You see Harrison got that little breakout play yesterday. Don't act like you didn't see it. Yeah, he looked good, didn't he? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He looked good. But I ain't worried about these other teams in the Pac-12. You know, I'm not taking nothing away from them. You know, I ain't no hater, but we ready to compete now. So they have been put on notice. Like I said, the entire Pac-12 was put on notice yesterday. I love it. I just love it, man. Love it. Man, I love it. They were just turning up in the locker room afterwards, playing Bootsy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that song was that I like. I don't know the name of it. But when LSU won their national title, that song they were playing, that's the turn up song right there. They were playing that. You know, Shedeur saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm legendary. You damn right. What you did yesterday was something a legend. What you did. How you throw for 500 and some yards, kid? Damn. And you know what? It was needed. He had to. He had to win that game. He had to. 500 and some yards. Damn. Boy, he just, man, listen. It was crazy, man. I ain't taking nothing away from the quarterbacks in the Pac-12 because they got some bona fide quarterbacks in the Pac-12. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see nobody throwing for no 500 yards, though. I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking nothing away from Caleb. You know, he's good. You know, I can't wait to play them. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, legendary.
First and 10, first and 10.
They don't look small to me. Look at that. Look at Xavier right there. Did he look small to you? No. No, sir. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have a long day with this dude. A long day. That's a long day ahead of me. Look at Shedeur right there, just just ready to just look at J5. Look at J5 lined up right there.
Show him your rear.
Stop, boy!
Look at Harrison out there stepping. Look at him. That's crazy. He did it right in front of Coach Prime. Man, I'm happy for him. He stayed down with it. Look at this. Look at Harrison. Like, let me get a little bit of it. Let me get a little bit. Yes, sir. That's all right, you know, but he got back up.
Hey, look up, Sam. Look up, Sam. Look up, Sam. Easy.
You know, see, that's the sign of good receivers. Like, after the ball, they try to get yardage after the catch. They're always trying to do that. You gotta wrap them up. Look where he's standing, though. Like, he got like the bird's eye view. Like, what's better than this? He's all over the field. He's like damn near. It was at one point he was damn near on the TC sideline. It was crazy. TCU sideline. That's a good view. I like that right there when he kind of like raised his hand to the crowd. I knew right then and there it's something special coming. When he did that right there, he just like kind of just put his hands up to the crowd like the Cristo the Redemptor statue in Brazil. I'm like, man, listen. Oh, it's something beautiful getting ready to happen. When he did that, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a good day. True freshman. That man just graduated high school, man. Straight up. Out here getting it done.
Stop, young king.
Acting like he the Rocket Ishmael.
Stop. Stop, young king.
First and 10. First and 10.
Look at Slusher and them out there trying to get through.
Second and 10.
That was a good run.
First and 10. Oh, it's not a false.
Travis got the attitude.
Stop, boy.
He said, "Tell your quarterback to leave me alone."
It's all wrong. Oh shit! Go. Come on, make it focus,
That was a good play. That was another good play. TCU, like I said, TCU came to play, man. They did.
And I'm going.
Look at Trevor. Look at Trevor stepping. Look at him. I'm glad he caught that. He was in the right position too. Basically, what happened was in that play, the quarterback didn't see him. The quarterback thought Trevor was going to be baited and play off to the right. He didn't see him. He didn't see him at all, or he didn't give him the respect. Look at Bucky. Look, you know Trevor on top of the world right now. You know he is. Wait till you sit down. He on top of the world right now. Yes, he is. Imagine what that did to his confidence. Not that he already didn't have it, but he had another level. Look at him. Look at his face. Look at him. He had to smile. He can't help it. He couldn't help it. He couldn't help it. Look at it. Electrifying, man. You see what they're doing after the catch? That's what makes them special. He can cut. Him and Jimmy Horne is pretty much the same wide receiver. They like twins out there. They're twins. I call them the twins. Like they do the same thing. It's just that Weaver is older, just a year older. Look at this. After the catch, he's trying to get more yardage. It's very dangerous. Look at Wilkerson. He's the workhorse. He just picked up where he left off at Jackson State. That's all. But, you know, like Coach Prime said, he's just a HBCU player, man.
Four for two.
See how dangerous he is? He's always trying to pick up that extra yards. Now, I believe this is the one that got blocked. Yeah, this is the one they blocked here. Yeah.
What do you call?
That was a good play.
Get it.
That was another good play. They did come with it. I ain't gonna lie to you. This game is insane. Oh man, look at him just getting over. See that? Trying to get extra yards. Very dangerous.
Go. Our first round better than y'all first round. Yes, sir!
Oh, that was beautiful. Now, this was the play. That was the play where they ruled it not a touchdown. That was a touchdown. Definitely was a touchdown.
Our Our first round better than y'all first round. Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
That was a beautiful catch, though, on Josh Newton. Yeah, they called it back.
Let's go. Hey, in the box. I love you.
Look how relaxed they are. They just relax.
Hey. Yeah, Xavier.
You see the player that just kind of fell down? That's Bishop Thomas. He played in the offensive line for that play. Look at him right there.
Hey, what they talking about?
You already know what it is.
You
already know what it is.
I want to hear it easy. I want to hear that shit no more.
Look at him. He said, I told you. Look at him. Look at him.
Run! There you go.
Let me get to the end.
39. Let's get it.
Come on, D. Up hard, man. Up.
This was a crazy game.
Good stuff.
They had it on that they were going to win no matter what. That's all it came down to. They were going to win this no matter what. They were not going to be denied.
Hey, good shit, boy.
Look at Slutcher get stepping.
55 seconds.
Go security, Xavier. Go security.
Second and 5, 48 seconds left.
All right, I mean, this play right here didn't matter, but hold on. That's not it. It's the one coming up next.
We'll tell them keep it classy when we shake hands. Keep it classy.
Oh, I missed the play. It was the play where Wilkerson ran off into the sidelines. They said, how come he didn't stay in bounds? It didn't matter at that point because all Shedeur had to do was take a knee. And then the time would run out anyway because TCU didn't have any more timeouts. So it didn't matter. He just take a knee and that was it because it was they still had one more down where he could just take a knee and that'll be it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's one of the top quarterbacks in the league in the NCAA right
I'm
now.
gonna put that one back on.
You're looking at a future first round draft pick. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the whole NCAA. He's in the top 3. That's what you're looking at right now. It's just that his dad had to move on for him to get that credit. Awesome game. I can't wait for the next one. I was waiting for Bucky to upload this. You know how that video start off 100 mil. I need it. I said I can't wait. It's just like I'm jonesing for the video. Then he finally dropped it, and yeah, man, it was awesome, man. It was beautiful, man. It was a beautiful game to watch. They finally, they still gonna take shots at him. You know how this media does, but we're not studying the media. I know I'm not, but I will point out when they talking trash. And the last thing I want to say is they keep talking about this roster overhaul. It had to be done, and most of the players he didn't sit down in the office. They just left. Most of the players did. Those are the players that were supposed to leave. They weren't supposed to be a part of this right here because they weren't winners. Those are the ones that left. He said the ones that want to be here, you're going to be here. And those are the ones that stayed. Trevor Woods, Tank, and a few others. Those are the ones that didn't deserve what happened last year. They didn't deserve that. Those other players that left, how they left, I know it was a few of them. They had made a vlog. They should have never made that vlog. They were being disrespectful. They were calling him by his first name. They were calling him Dion. Those are the players that weren't supposed to be there. You can't have those type of players. You got to have winners on your team. And that's what he did. He went out and got them. He went out and got players that are grad students and they looking to prove themselves this year. He got some players that was hungry. You don't need the biggest players and all of that. You just need warriors, man. That's all you need. But they didn't look small out there at all. So maybe, so that's where it is, man. It had to be done. And I'm sure other coaches around the country is going to look to do the same thing. They're like, look, if I can go in the portal and get as many players as I want, I'm going to do the same thing. They may not be as successful because it's something about players wanting to play for Prime. This season is going to build upon the next season because you're going to have a lot more recruits that are going to want to be a part of this. They're going to want to be a part of it. So he's going to get a lot of recruits coming in. So this is only going to get better. I honestly believe Shedeur will come back for his senior season because Travis is a sophomore. So Travis is going to come back for his junior season, and I think Shedeur is going to follow him. Xavier Weaver, this is his last season. He's going to the NFL. He's an NFL receiver. So this is his last stint. And he made a great decision coming here. And, he made a really good decision. A lot of the grad students have 2 years of eligibility left because of that COVID year. So they got an extra year. So I could see some of them coming back. We're just going to see how the season develops because if some of them have a really breakout season, they're not coming back. And that's good. They're going to get, to other things. But I'll see you guys next week. I don't go live a lot. But after the game, I will. And I'll be back bumping my gums again. And, that's what's going to happen all season. So regardless of what happens, I'm going to still be, supporting this team 100%. I'm all in. I don't, if they lucky they win 4 or 5 games. Nah, I want them to win the Pac-12. That's what I bet on. I showed y'all my bet slip yesterday. I put my money where my mouth is. I bet for them to win the Pac-12. They win the Pac-12. I'm going on a whole year sabbatical. I'm not working. I'm traveling. That's it. Because that's a considerable amount of money. But yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. But I'm expecting them. Like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from USC. I believe they're the favorites this year in Utah. Not taking nothing away from Utah either. They had a good showing against Florida. So I don't think Cam Rising played. But we are still getting healthy. Remember, Travis J is still coming back. We don't even have Travis J out there right now. We don't even have Gant out there right now. And I believe Juju might be playing. He's going to get a lot more burn because he's a dog. So we still got to get healthy. We're not 100% as a team, but it's going to get even better. Trust me. Yes, indeed. We got a lot more weapons that we didn't showcase yet, as far as the receivers and the running backs. Alton McCaskill, we know what he did his freshman campaign. We didn't even need him in this game. We just saving him. But he suited up though, just in case if we need him, he would have been out there. But we didn't need him for this game. But definitely, he is going to make that his presence known. Probably in the second game. He'll make his presence known along with Dylan Edwards and Savion. and Hankerson. God, we got a deep running back core, yo. So, and the receivers, I'm not worried about. We will get better probably as a defense, but we just played a really good team. That's all. It was a high-powered offense we played. Sonny Dykes ain't no joke, man. So he had that team ready. But guys, enjoy the rest of your holiday. Yeah, man, enjoy the rest of your holiday. I wanted to get to the games, but I waited too late. Especially after this game, I know I'm not going because even their home games are going to be sold out. I mean, their away games are going to be sold out. You know, so. But if I can manage to get me a ticket, I'm gonna go. If I can manage to get me one. But last time I checked, that Nebraska game sold out, which is supposed to be sold out. I'm glad it's sold out. But I get to watch it right here. So, but yeah, man, they are the biggest draw in town. All eyes are on them. I believe Fox is covering the second game against Nebraska. I believe so. That's yeah, I believe so. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Yeah, like I said, I just started. I'm new to this as far as vlogging on Colorado. I didn't really vlog on sports prior to this. But as far as vlogging is concerned, I've been doing it 9 years. I got another page, but I keep it separate from this one. But yeah, man, I'm excited about it, man. We're capturing a moment in time. It's a historic moment in time. There's not too many gold jackets that are coaching in college football. Like I said, Jason Taylor is the other one. You know, Miami Dolphins, Jason Taylor. He's the defensive ends coach at the University of Miami. Eventually, he'll be a head coach. He's just getting started. So Jason Taylor's the other one. Ed Reed would have been the third one, but it fell through. Now, let me see. What other great NFL people they got out there that's coaching? Eddie George, he's coaching. And eventually he probably make it to the Power 5 or whatever, or the NFL, one of the other. There was somebody, there's a lot of other talk saying, how long will Coach Prime stay at Colorado? I have no idea. You know, people saying, well, he's going to get an NFL shot. I have no idea. You know, I'll cross that road when we get there. But yeah, I don't know. It's up to him at this point. You know, sky's the limit. But he stayed tough out there, man. I know he was in a little bit of pain, but he bouncing back. He bouncing back. It feels a little better when you're winning, though. You know, so shout out to Troy Aikman, Warren Sapp. I think they were out there. Warren Sapp definitely was out there. And Michael Irvin was out there. So yeah, man. They are riding high. I don't know if they practicing tomorrow. It's a holiday. But I know they're going to get ready for the Nebraska game. So they start all over again. He going to be on them in practice. Now they understand why he was running them in the ground in practice. They understand that now. Because no other team is really, I know some of those players weren't used to it. Like, damn, he is really running us in the ground. It has to be that way for you to have that fitness. So, all right, y'all. I talked enough. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.